Well, I think Emmanuel Wanyonyi, has proven once again, especially in the rounds, that he can run from anywhere. I watched his first round, the way he competed. He's always in the front, but he found himself in the middle and he was able to get out and still being able to push that straight. So I expect the best. I expect him, maybe he may go for a world record. If you look at the weather here right now, it's really, really very good, except that, it's hot, but they will be running at around almost 10 in the evening, so that means it will be cooler. Tokyo track has proven to be very fast. We have seen a number of world leads being achieved here. So I think Emmanuel for sure stands a very good chance, of course, to be a world champion, but more important, maybe to go for a world record.
Yeah, and then you've seen the first one is going to be the semis, and of course now later on we expect the big one. Probably Wanyonyi renewing his rivalry with Arop, and that's a big one, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Arop has proven again, winning world championships in the past. He has a lot of experience. He has competed with Emmanuel, of course, several times. But again, sometimes this is championships that once you make a mistake, remember that 800 meters is one race that I would call it very tactical. Should you find yourself the way Wanyonyi did, because fortunately for him, it was just the first round, but you don't want to do the same when it comes to the finals. But of course, having a rope there, having a Sejati, from Algeria, one of the very good athletes. He has 141 already this year. So I think the field currently for 800 meters, as it up to me, is one of the best that we have ever had in the world, whereby you have got almost 5-6 athletes that have done under 142, and they are all, in the finals. We will expect a lot of fireworks for sure.
And talking about fireworks, that we have, like you said, the best in the field. Something happens when you bring very strong athletes together. They kind of measure out each other and want to see who pulls the first move. And you having been there in the past, how do you think they're going to handle this?
Yeah, I think that is a very good question, because one, when you have the best, each one of these guys will be watching each other. No one wants to take a front, because remember that this is a race without a pacemaker, and you have come here to represent your country. You are carrying the whole nation on your shoulders, and each one of these athletes will be, which it means, they will have. There is a lot of psychological that will be going on in their heads, definitely, because if you look at a rope from Canada, for example, he has won before, but again, he would like again to achieve. If you look at his time this year, Sejati hasn't won a championships, despite the fact that he's a very good athlete. So I know the kind of pressure that these athletes are having right now, going to the semi-finals and to the finals, for example, would be to make a decision. What am I going to do? Because 800 meters is one of those events that should you run maybe slowly, you can easily also be tripped. I've been here in Tokyo and I've seen top athletes, being removed from the finals. If you look at the 1500 meters, the American guy, he had to be removed not to proceed to the finals because of such kind of mistakes that most athletes make. So I think what will be very important is for these athletes to watch their colleagues, what they normally do, where are they going to make a move. But my expectation, and I think proven looking back at what Emmanuel Wanyonyi has been doing always, he doesn't fear to take from the lead. But of course, if you look at his time and time for everyone again, he would be, I expect that he would be having a lot of thoughts of what he's going to do, because he doesn't want to pace for everybody. If you pace to someone that you have a difference of, let's say, hundreds of a second differences, it's not even a second, hundreds of a second difference among themselves, then you give a big chance for that person to be able to pursue. Of course, personally, I want all the best for my countryman Emmanuel Wanyonyi. Still very young, still have a bright future. Still expected, for big things. And I think I've also seen Rudisha around here. I hope that he will be able to give him a good word, how he can be able to do a world record. I was unfortunate, I never made to a world record. The only world record I got is the 4x800 meters. But I think if Rudisha will have that short time and tell him exactly what he needs to do, and he remains just to focus on his race. As a champion, sometimes it is very important for anyone to come here, don't focus on individual athletes, despite the fact that, of course, they are your competitors. But the most important thing is to execute your race based on your plans. And I think, the coaches that we have here, they must have been able to give them a plan. Look, for example, the 1,500 meters last night. I was so excited to see Faith winning and also bringing in a boy to get a silver medal that she never expected. And fortunately, they were together in the semi-finals, and she was the one who was pushing her to make to the finals. And yesterday, I think Faith executed a perfect race that gave us almost a clean sweep in the 1,500 meters.